Yo, what's up, Speed Gaming? Welcome to a new edition of the Super Metroid Weekly Race. Now at 3 p.m. EDT for a second Speed Gaming Weekly Race. Thanks a lot for making the second slot for us. And today we have something very special in the randomizer section here. The door randomizer. Rarely ever seen, highly anticipated. I hope you all enjoy it. My name is Ponk, and with me today here is Sloters27 on commentary.
What's going on, everyone?
So, Sloters, we both talked about this a little bit before. You have never played a door rando. I have played exactly one, which was like a few months ago. So this will be great on our side from the commentary.
Yeah, we are definitely qualified to be speaking about this randomizer, for sure.
Right, if we tell you anything about decision making, you are allowed to not believe us a single word, as it's probably not going to be true. And it looks like we are ready on the racer side. So we're going to be starting in 10 seconds here. Plus stream delay. Who are actually featuring? Alright, looks like we have Elementstar RTA, Feral 5X, Fusta, and Ancient Gamer. I'm not sure how familiar Feral is with Dorando. I'd assume he's the least familiar with one, but I know that Elm, Fusta, and Ancient are all very familiar with Dorando. I'm probably going to say Ancient the most. He's playing these pretty much daily. So this is going to be a pretty good race.
And there we go. They're all starting.
Oh, Sarah Station is in this. Awesome.
Yeah, so I don't think these rooms aren't randomized at all, but once they land on the planet, I think all the doors there are fair game, and they can just send you to random areas in the game.
Yeah. So, as the name suggests, doors are not vanilla in this game. So, like, I don't know, a random Brinstar door could lead you to a random room in Norfair. And the really nasty thing about this, in my opinion, is that it's a two-way randomization. So backtracking isn't possible. If you go through a door and you go back, you're not going to be ending up in the same room that you just left. It's kind of like infinitely cycling through all the rooms. So it's really, really hard on randomization, really, really hard on your memory. And it can really take some time till you find the stuff you need, since you need to beat all the 4 bosses. Thankfully, 3 of the 4 have 2-door transitions leading into them. Of course, Fantoon with only 1 door leading in can be kind of a pain to find. And then always the thing that you still need to find G4, the Golden Force statue guarding the entrance to Turian, is also a thing to find. Plus, you somehow need to find all the items.
Yeah, I think pretty much at least one suit is going to be mandatory. I'm guessing charge would probably be like pretty mandatory unless you happen to find like all the super missiles and like a ton of missiles. But there's going to be a few key things they're going to want if they want to reach G4 and beat all the bosses they need to beat.
Right. Now, someone walked me through the settings to this, but I didn't quite remember it. I think the distribution for items is pretty much the same. All majors are as vanilla. All majors are in. I think the items are fully randomized, so we might find various suit at like a random missile location. One thing one can do in these is have miners have different value depending on where you find them. So like a setting you could put in is that an energy tank you find in the hands of a Chozo gives you more max energy than just a random energy tank lying on the ground. That's some settings you can do with this, which is pretty unique to this randomizer. I don't think any other randomizer has that. But I don't think this is included in this specific seed. I think like one E-Tank will always give you 100 energy, one super pack always 5 supers, etc. Oh, and we're starting with Morph. Awesome. I'm not sure if that's always the case, so I'm going to be excited about this.
Yeah, in my head right now, I'm kind of thinking, is this even randomized? Because this looks exactly the same. And yeah, it looks pretty much the same so far.
Yeah, I think these rooms up till the first missile packs are always the same, but I think every sidetrack from here on is going to be randomized. I think it's only these rooms that are normal. Looks like Feral is not even going to bother with the right side construction zone door. Maybe right side construction zone is vanilla too. Who knows? Probably some of the chat knows.
Yeah, it looks like
Elm's coming
Alucard.
back.
Yeah, Alucard's saying the bombs are fixed as well, so it'll be
Oh,
a little bit before we see some action.
oh, that makes sense why people are going back then. Like, oh, and Elm finding a red tower here at the right of construction zone. And there we go. The thing with two-way randomization can't go back, getting debated by that green door there. And Elm now without bombs as the only one, just kind of finding his way through the areas here. Finding X-ray, awesome. Elm can beat the game now. What about that? And Fusta also not going down to bombs. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm really not an expert on this, but I'd imagine like bombs are so important, and if they are fixed, I would like kind of always get them. But apparently, since Elm and Fusta both decide to not go there directly, there has to be some advantage of not doing that. Oh, and space jump for Elm.
Yeah, he doesn't have any like bombs or power bombs, but he's picking up like some kind of nice items right now, so
Yeah.
that may work in his favor.
So the thing with Rando, due to the heavy amount of randomization, it's really highly recommended that you save a lot and also do backup saves, because there are scenarios where a door transition can just lead you into a room you cannot get out, like a highly heated room that you just instantly die, or like Ridley with no tanks and no suit. And that could be like out of a safe station. So like you save your game, don't have a backup, and then the only possible way forward is into Ridley's room with no chance of survival. So both saving and backup saves at like a safe spot, like the ship here, are highly recommended. And also, from what I understood, there's like a very small chance that the seed is actually not finishable by like a Fantoon door leading into a Fantoon door. Or a G4 leading into a G4 door, but that's highly unlikely from what I got. Alright, we got Feral now starting with his Henryites rooms. And Ancient just doing his backup save before the randomization starts.
This is pretty interesting. Everyone's kind of like going their own way, and I just can't keep track of like who's been where already, and it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm lost. I was lost the second that Elm entered Red Tower.
Well, Farrell found G4, so hopefully he remembers the sequence to come back there later.
Yeah, he got there really quickly from topside gauntlet at landing site, so that's pretty good to remember. Like that knowledge definitely pays off, and well, if you can keep that knowledge, that is. But yeah. And
Fuzda took a death. I truly cannot tell you where it was, but it happened at some point. So hopefully, and I don't think he got bombs earlier, but he's grabbing them now.
Yeah, no, he got bombs earlier, but
oh yeah,
died after. Like he did the save before. So yeah, we got 2 players with power bombs so far. No supers yet. So obviously, once the player's got like a certain base set of items, the risk of like soft locking in rooms is a lot lower, which means less resets. But up till that point, the risk of dying and soft locking, especially in these early stages, is a lot higher than in the later stages.
Farrell finding the Nutella refill. He's finding all the good rooms right now.
All right, there we go with the heated rooms. Not picking up the screw attack item. Apparently a little bit too. That is what happens.
Oh,
all right,
no,
there we go.
Farrell.
Yep, that's exactly what I was talking about. Right into Ridley, no chance of escape. But yeah, the reason why Farrell's game glitched out like that is because he entered Crocomyre's room from the backside without ever having defeated Crocomyre. You can do that in vanilla. It's pretty fun, but it's it's special to look at. The camera is kind of confused by like everything going on.
Yeah, that was a crazy sequence of rooms to get. You win the screw attack room, and then backdoor Croc, and then to Ridley. It was just not getting a break there.
Elm reclaiming his bombs. Fusta now on the way to Gauntlet here on the landing site. Might also find G4 very soon. Elminster now with, Ancient now with the X-ray scope. Personal favorite of mine. Oh yeah, right. It's 2 rooms after landing site. That's really good. It's really easy to remember too. Yeah, and it seems like, except for Elm, all the runners kind of in an ammo problem right now. Elm having a lot of missiles, but you can see most of the other runners just really trying to save every single...
And Farrell, I think, entering Kraid from the right door, so it looks a little weird.
This looks fun. But this is going to be a rough fight. Wait, no. Okay, he soft-locked. Okay. Oh, yep. I'm pretty sure he soft-locked. I think what's going on there is that he's technically off-screen, which is why his shots don't spawn. And that's why he cannot actually harm Kraid in the state. At least I didn't see any shots coming out, even though he shot a few missiles, so that's the only thing I can explain that. Alright, and Fusta actually checking the screw attack item, and it's supers. That's really useful. That is really good. Ancient here on a little mini hell run.
Yeah, unfortunately, when Farrell got to the screw attack room, he didn't really have the energy to check that item and take this other door. And Fusta's just going into Dragon. Okay.
Oh, he can do this. I want to see an awesome fight here. That's a rough fight. That's like, I think this is like slightly easier than Kona Challenge, or in the same. No, actually that's harder than Kona Challenge because Kona Challenge has power bombs. But this is yeah, this is a fight.
Please wish Fusta luck. This is just annoying.
Annoying and really not easy. Because dodging these goos without high jump sweetness is like impossible. Yeah, he's taking a death there. Can't blame him.
Ooh, and Elm coming across G4 now.
So I think everyone except for Ancient knows where G4 is now. He might have already found it, but I'm not entirely sure. He seems to be in vastly different rooms than the others though, so I think he took a different route. I think... Oh wait, no, never mind. Ancient finding another pack of power bombs. Elm finding... No, sorry, Fusa finding more missiles. Still nobody with supers. We got that one pack from Screw Attack, but couldn't keep it because of Dragon. And Elm really wants to know what that item in the top is. I wonder if he can actually survive long enough to find out and get out. Yeah, no. Oh, and paused a little bit late there. Might actually... No, he's fine. I cannot see... Oh, 36 energy. Needs to play it safe here. Oh, yeah,
Oh
he's
no!
dead.
Elm didn't have any super, so he was stuck in Cathedral.
Ancient low and offer Fire Flea. Finding yet another missile. Ooh, Ancient needs to be careful here. It's a pretty dangerous room to be in with this little health. Oh, and who's taking a death here by the Coburn? Pseudo screwing inside him. Yeah, Firebed, I kind of agree. It's like nothing, maybe not that great for like a lot of racers, but for the viewing experience, it's definitely some quality. The amount of suffering in this is pretty good. Oh, and Feral with the top door spore spawn.
Oh no!
Wait, what did he die to? I didn't.
He went
A
into
brain.
the Pink Prince Star Wavegate room.
Oh yeah, that's nasty. So we found Charge. I think Fuzda is just gonna recollect it. Yeah, there you go. Charge beam for Fuzda. I think he's currently the only one who knows that position. So that's a really important item. We have found Ridley, which is pretty useless knowledge without any any equipment for it. And G4. The other three bosses stay. Their position is yet to be discovered. Oh right, and Dragon, of course. How could I forget that? Ooh, and that's a really nasty situation for Fuster right now.
Yeah, these fireballs do 60 damage each, and he does not have a lot of energy, so he's got to be pretty careful here.
Thankfully, his charge beam can at least pseudo screw through these guys, but still not an easy task.
Nice bomb jump over that Namahe.
Yeah, I think that's just a missile down there, and he has to take a little bit of damage from the fire fleas.
Actually,
Oh,
those are
powerbomb.
fumes, aren't they? Not Namahes.
Yeah, sorry. No, fire fleas, not fire. Right, yeah, whatever. I'm confused. That spike hit though was pretty nasty, and I think he has to recollect charge beam again if he decides to go that route again. You know, I've never actually seen a number on how many doors there are in this game. I've seen something like I feel like someone already counted that at some point, but I've never seen like any info on that. Yeah, this is pretty much exactly like OT beta quest. It's basically exactly the same. Just that, like, with a few difference, obviously, like stuff like death warps aren't a thing in this game. But besides that, it's like really the same. Alright, I think. Oh, Feral found GT. Couldn't really do anything in that situation. And Fusta, I think, has Charge Beam now for the third time. Gonna see how the others do. Elminster doing really good with his collection. Got a lot of stuff already, saving frequently. Ancient also with a lot of stuff already. No one with supers at the moment.
Fuza carefully deboosting off of those fire fleas so he doesn't take the massive spike damage.
Yeah, he took one death to that already. Really doesn't want to repeat that. Thankfully, these fire fleas also drop big health. So the deboosts off of them, which deal like 5 damage, don't really hurt them. Elm, the second one to claim Charge Beam. Oh, and Fusta with another death. Not really getting lucky in this direction of the game. The store branch seems to be pretty deadly.
There's too many rooms where there's just hoppers just coming right at you when you walk in.
Oh, and Elm found Dragon. And he actually has 9 power bombs and at least a few missiles. This fight is still really hard, but he's definitely in a better shape than Fusta was when he came here. So I want to say this is doable for him if he plays this really carefully. The power bombs are going to help a lot in this fight. Man, if he gets this, I'm going to be happy. Oh no, he doesn't want to. Okay, well, never mind. That would have been. I would have. Yeah, okay. I got you baited there. I really feel like Ancient is discovering a lot of stuff that the others really didn't see yet. That super pack's unfortunate, can't get it without high jump. And finding a lot of these deep Meridia rooms that the others haven't found yet. Even a little bit of Forgotten Highway. Oh, yeah, that's a reset. That's unfortunate. And that is why saves and backup saves are so important. Because there are just so many rooms that you cannot get out. If you want to learn more about room nicknames, we have an awesome wiki on, I think it's...
Wiki.Super Metroid, I think.
Yeah, wiki.supermetroid.run. You'll find all the rooms with their own wiki page, showing the layouts, showing strats, showing the names. Thank you, Canadian Al, for the link. There you basically have all the information for the game that you need.
Oh, Feral taking a death, unfortunately.
Is this a safe room where Ancient is going in? No, it's another branch, okay.
Fuzda not letting those hoppers get in his way this time.
Alright.
And gets
And
a much
finally
needed
getting an
energy
E-Sync.
tank. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna help. No one has returned to the screw attack room yet. where currently the only known available super pack is. And I think Ancient, yeah, he did the same thing Feral did earlier. I'm pretty sure if you're fast enough running to the left there, you can avoid the soft lock, and the camera will fix itself in the way that projectiles actually spawn when you shoot them. But I think you need to react really fast to that. And if you're just slightly off, the camera will just be screwed, and you cannot actually shoot anything and create, just effectively soft blocking yourself. But that's really good to know, having a reliable way to create this near to Parlor. Just going through the safe station here. I wouldn't actually be surprised if Ancient would go right back there, now being able to anticipate that room, avoiding the soft lock. Taking a safe here. That's safe at the double door safe, which is, I think this one is unique with that property, that two doors lead to there. I'm pretty sure that's the only one where you don't necessarily want to do a backup save, just because it's so unlikely that both of these doors just lead to a straight up soft lock. Oh, there are two safe double doors, right? Oh, right, yeah, of course. One at Dragon and one at Norfair.
It is an interesting looking Ghidorah on Elm screen.
Getting rid of it in time.
And
the double. So good. I'm actually not sure where this crab hole here on the left leads to. Is this vanilla? Yeah, it looks like this is actually vanilla. Alright.
oh. This seed has been really stingy on the supers, and it's like it's cost the runners a couple of deaths just because they weren't able to escape the rooms they got put in without supers.
Yeah, like really the amount of supers in this is really rare. We've only seen two packs, one at Screw Attack and one at Bottoon E-Tank, but the Bottoon E-Tank one couldn't be reached. So it might be possible, even though it's really unlikely with the branchingness of this, that's like the only first super pack that's available. Because there is logic to this. Even if it doesn't really seem like that. It's yeah. But lots of missiles.
Who's picking up his space jump? That'll make traversal quite a bit easier.
Hmm. Getting back Charge Beam. I'm not entirely sure, but I think Ancient is currently the only one who doesn't have Charge Beam. I think he never went to Wreckship main room. Oh, and Bottoon. This is that's an interesting fight. He could have killed Bottoon there.
Yeah,
Wasn't allowed to miss a lot of shots.
Yeah, he would need 30 missiles, and I think he had 35, so
Yeah.
it'd be pretty tight, but technically possible.
Yeah, especially without high jump and no gravity suit and the horrible hitbox, that's not an awesome fight to do. And I do agree, we definitely do need route randomizer for real life. Even though I probably wouldn't like some random dude from the other side of the world just standing inside my office. Oh, and there we go, Ancient also getting Charge Beam. And Slaughter is your favorite item right there for Elm. What do you think
Let's
about
go,
that?
baby. I think he's gonna win now. Go mode.
Got a Nope Tank for Elm. And another Dragon fight. And the simultaneous reset from Ancient and Feral there.
I love when they reload and you look at the maps and there's just random blips filled out everywhere, just not connected at all.
There has been really very few actually, like, quote-unquote progression items. Oh, and that's a nasty situation for Fusta to be in. Cannot re-enter the room because of no supers, but looks like he's gonna kill the Duskigas with power bombs. We'll really have to hope for some good, like he has to hope for an E-Tank here. Oh no! That is nasty. That is really nasty. Yeah, he cannot survive this. Yeah.
There's no way he's getting out of there, but the knowledge at least. He knows
Yeah.
where high jump's at. If he gets more E-tanks or can get Varia,
Yeah.
he could find his way back there.
Or even just supers, being able to get out the bottom route. That would have helped
Yeah,
him, but there's
that
no
too.
supers in the seed except for the ones before Screw once it's Screw Attack. And Fusa knows where those supers are, but he didn't go back for it yet. Oh, an Ancient taking another death by the Hoppers there.
Feral picking up Charge Beam again. I feel like that's a nice room for it to be in since there's so many doors that could take you here.
Yeah, and a lot of doors leading out of there too. Well, potentially once anyone actually discovers where Fantoon is, but... I feel like Ilm is currently the one that is set up the best. He seems to have the most items saved. Has a lot of energy, so he's probably like honestly with Elm's energy, he might be able to do this hell run that Fusa just died to earlier. Potentially giving him an access to high jump boots, which would help a lot because those would unlock, just for example, the Bartoon E-Tank Suitless, which are supers as we know that Ancient couldn't get early because he didn't have high jump boots. So high jump boots really an important item as long as you don't have gravity suit, just for the amounts of soft blocks you can save yourself. Projecting a few missiles into the ground there to show domination. Oh, an Ancient in the Plasma Beam room. With no way to get out. Or how much damage do these things deal if you pseudo screw? Yeah, okay. There's no way you can survive that.
Yeah. He needed like screw or speed or like plasma there to get out, but
or a ton of energy to survive the pseudo screws, but yeah, it's just
yeah.
you see Elm really beautifully demonstrating how to do saves properly in this. Has like 2 active saves, 1 backup save from a little bit earlier. Which is really important, as you can see. I mean, we've seen so many deaths and soft locks from all the runners so far.
Ancient grabbing that charge beams now. Everyone at least knows where it is.
Yeah. I think this is like the second or third time for Ancient too. It's just like... I think they are just not able to find a consistent save after the wreck ship main room. Yeah, there are a lot of people working in the background for speed gaming. There's staff, there's a lot of volunteers doing all kinds of stuff for the various speed gaming channels.
Oh, we got some
Elm
more
Duck.
backdoor Spo.
He looks so adorable just hanging there in the ceiling. And still only more missiles for Elm, already at 65 max, if not more. And not a single super missile. I don't think Elm even came across one. I think all the super missile sites that we had so far were from other players. So this seems to be a real issue in this scene. Oh, and Fusta not being able to kill Batoon. Awesome. Oh wait, no, he has Charge Beam. I'm sorry. This is just gonna be a very long and dumb fight.
Yeah, it's really important he avoids all these spits right now. If he gets enough damage in, Batoon will actually stop doing the spit attack and just come out of the hole and kind of move around and exit another hole.
Like once,
Might be. Yeah, I think he's there now.
yeah, like once a certain damage threshold is done, and he does a non-spit attack where he just goes from one hole to another, he cannot do any spit attacks anymore. He could theoretically do spit attacks until he dies, but that's very unlikely, and only if he continues to do spit attacks, which I think is like a 50-50 chance every time after the damage threshold.
So it's just a matter of time for Fuzda here, but he'll be going into uncharted territory.
Yeah. He's going to be the first one past Batoon in either direction. Still keep in mind, these charge shots only deal 60 damage, and Batoon has 300 energy. 3,000 energy, I'm sorry. And I think his missiles only deal like half the damage, so it's still taking a while. And I'm already with like 5 tanks, 1 reserve, 70 missiles, and no supers. Oh, there you go. Alright, what does Batoon hold for us? Right door or left door? Let's see. Looks like he's going for right door. Smart move to open the door, though. I think. Not actually sure.
It seemed really calculated that he opened that door.
Yeah, right. And not getting any new rooms, because we've seen that room before. That was that full happy preparation room was accessible from another point, so not really granting him any exclusive progress here. Looks like left door might have been the good bet here. Oh yeah, and right, we've got checked hole for Elm.
The fan favorite enemy in Super Metroid.
Favorite, quote unquote. Batoon does not take from damage from power bombs. He does take damage from special beam attacks. Well, yeah, that is right. He got the save through the right door, but doesn't really. That save really didn't give him anything. An Ancient just found a save. I think that's a save with Charge Beam, so he got that start now, which is really good. Oh, I see a Plasma Beam. Oh, that he can do this fight. With charged plasma shots, he can definitely do this fight. He could technically like microwave. Oh, that was not good. You could technically microwave GT, even though Terizos have like a super high amount of iframes, so it wouldn't really be effective. And I think that hit was the nail in the coffin there. I think without it, he might have actually lived here.
Ooh.
Oh, he has 200. Ah, that's gonna be close. That might be cutting it really close. I don't think that's gonna be enough, though. Oh, so close. Oh, okay. Actually, this might work. Yeah, okay, he's fine. He's gonna get... Oh, not even health bonds.
Wow.
Alright. That was... Did you see what the item at the top was?
I think
Did
it was
he even
just a
see it?
missile pack. Someone was there earlier, I think.
Oh! And package Jack.
Oh my god.
If he somehow manages to save that
Oh my god, Elm!
plasma beam, though, that's gonna be so important for him. Yeah, I wouldn't risk farming those. Okay, he can at least get the big health from the crab. It's gonna save him for like an instant door transition in a Hell Run room. Like that plasma beam is gonna be really important, because that will actually allow him to kill Dragon. Oh, and that's a blessing, that room. Can actually farm up here now. That's really good.
Yeah, finally getting a little bit of breathing room here.
Yeah. But with Charged Plasma X-Ray, he has a really easy job with Dragon, with Phantoon, with Batoon, all these bosses he hasn't fought yet. And Dragon might very well hold some progress. And being able to get that out of the way, and Elm knows where Dragon is really good. So let's just hope for Elm that he can get to a safe station, or at least some spot of safety, after he farms up here. And not just runs into the next soft block, which would be really disappointing. Can he? Oh yeah, right. He can bomb jump out of at the edge of the sandfalls. I always forget about that. Roly poly room. Yeah, and all this health is really useful for Elm. Being able to commit to these hell runs, checking more items, without being in like any near-death situation. They're getting really low on health here. Oh, did Fuster get high jump boots back? I didn't even see that. That's pretty neat.
Didn't he though? I don't see how he'd be able to get there.
Yeah, I mean, Chat said that, so I'm always trusting Chat. But he died, so... Oh, he just saved. No, okay, apparently not. Canadian Owl, why do you betray me like that?
Oh,
it's bomb shot. Okay. Of course. Alright, Enthusiast back at the ship. We'll be more than happy about that refill. And Elm is back in Criteria. I'm not sure, did he save after getting back there? I wouldn't imagine after finding this progress he would save. But I might be wrong.
In Ancient, coming up to those high jump boots.
Yeah, depending on how much he has in his reserves, he might be able to get out there, but it had to be at least 2 reserves full of energy to make that. No, he's dead. That's unfortunate. But he has the knowledge, which is good.
Yeah, it looked like he had about 40 in his reserves, which was not going to cut it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Elm didn't save. He might do that now, since he's going back up Criteria. So, yeah, and still not a single super missile pack that was able to be permanently kept.
Yeah, that's kind of the challenge with this, is you sort of have to remember like the really important doors you find that lead to like bosses or G4.
Yeah.
So once you have the items you need to go through those areas, you have to think, okay, how do I get back to this door so I can take out this boss now?
Yeah, it's not like a route randomizer where doors work in 2 directions and you'll always get back and forth between the same 2 rooms. That's not how this works. That might be the case, that there is such a door transition that just leads to another room and it leads immediately back, but that's usually not the case. What was that reset from Elm there? Right at the reload. Did he reload a wrong save? Oh, he's copying it over. That makes sense. Yeah, he has a lot of progress right now, so making all these backup saves. Really good call. Yes, Monk. That's pretty much exactly how it works. Just by re-entering the same door transition, you can go to a ton of rooms. You could theoretically cycle through every single room of the game by just re-entering the same door transition over and over again. Feral finding GT doesn't have the same energy that Elm had and the same firepower to take GT on. But Ancient with Spring Ball now. So we got a little bit more Spring Ball action in our life. Well, yeah, obviously rooms that only have like a top-down door transition, like the sand pits, you obviously wouldn't be able to get to if you only would enter left-right door transitions. But like you could theoretically find every room that has a left-right door transition just by entering a left-right door infinitely. And Ancient's taking the same high jump route Steph he took before. And Elm now with that gravity jump. Bonked the ceiling there, but he should have spring ball, so could have theoretically do a spring ball jump up there. But it looks like he's going to go for the bottom door. And finds the pants room. And check tool. Oh, and Fusda in the same Coliseum situation again without any supers. Feral now approaching supers that he cannot get because he doesn't have high jump boots. And clearly thinking about that situation. Oh, and looks like Elm did really not see what's on top of there. Getting another E-tank. Already at 7 now. Really not bad. Could almost take on Ridley right now. Almost. It looks like this entire Shack Tool area is kind of just cycling through. Elm at the moment seems like the only one who can actually get high jump boots. Oh, Fusta! Falling into that golden pirate there. Not really a lot he could have done about that. Oh, and Ancient also falling into his death there, right after leaving a door. Oh, and Feral finding Plasma Beam. Thankfully that door is open, so he can just nope right back out of there. Oh, and there's supers that he cannot get.
Alright, 3 super packs. We can't reach them yet, but we've seen them.
Where was... How did they get to Screw Attack so early? I remember Screw Attack like super early, but nobody was able to get to a safe or like a safe spot after the Screw Attack supers.
Yeah, I remember one of the doors there. If you went back the way you came and ended up going like to Croc and then Ridley, and then
Yeah.
I'm not sure where the other one led to.
Maybe the runners aren't that sure about that either, because we have seen 2 runners there.
Feral is inside the wall.
Well, okay. That can happen apparently.
That's a thing.
Yeah. Don't just ignore the Sams in the wall there laying bombs. That's perfectly normal.
Fortunately, didn't find that X-ray, so not much he can do about that.
Even if he would have had X-ray, he couldn't unmorph. It's just like he's just stuck. The only thing that could have been getting him out of there would have been a Crystal Flash, but he obviously cannot do that. But reclaiming his Plasma Beam. Let's hope he doesn't end up in the same wall. Oh, and this is a big thing. Elm now at the spot where High Jump Boots is, and he's actually the one who has definitely the energy to get it and get back out. So this is a big thing. Because this opens up a second spot that we know of where he could get early supers, namely the bot between E-Tank. Now I hope he's going to play it safe and just go back through... Oh wait, no, he cannot go back through the transition. So he has to go through these remaining the Gigas here. But this is a big thing. Elm being the first one to get high jump boots. And keep it. And playing it very safe here, which is definitely the wise choice. Alright. Now I really hope this doesn't lead to like an instant soft lock somehow.
I wonder if he's trying to get those the lower north air supers we found, because he just keeps going up and down this door.
Yeah, that makes sense. But he got to a door that he already checked. But yeah, that's right. He knows there are very few up and down door transitions. And since you know one leads to a super missile, it definitely makes sense to farm these. Still, at Elm Spot, that's already good. A healthy fill. At Elm Spot, I'd really be hoping for some kind of safe station right now. Oh, right. Here's another up-down door transition. And he hasn't used that yet, so that's a really good chance for Oh, I just see Ancient has supers. And is at Dragon, and he can actually beat Dragon now with the microwave beam. He can do this in one cycle if his X-ray buffers are good. Which would really be recommended, because everything that extends this fight is just going to make it significantly harder. He definitely should be using power bombs now, if he gets good, so that he can just avoid any risk of dying here. Elm actually being the first one to enter Spore Spawn the right way. Oh, this is dangerous. This is really dangerous for Ancient. Alright, gets out without getting slapped. I think that's too low, too high for the X-ray buffer to work. Should just collide, yeah. I'm surprised Elm didn't go back down.
He didn't have supers.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Thank you for reminding me.
I wondered the same thing when he walked in. I'm like, why don't you just leave? Why are you fighting him right now?
Ancient still didn't get slapped. Alright, laser super, that's laser power bomb, that's good. He should... Okay, he's playing the safe. So you can just wait out the swoop now. And that should kill Dragon. No! That's... okay. Give Ancient your energy. He really needs it right now. Well, I needed to.
Oh no, mash.
This is... Oh, come on! Oh, no! Oh. Well, he can definitely do this. If he remembers this path, I would definitely think that he would just go straight back and reclaim the supers and kill Dragon. Elm here, finding Screw Attack.
Yeah, really fortunately has high jump, so he can actually make it up in a wall jump to get up to Screw Attack, which is awesome.
Feral also now with super missiles. No clue how he got those, but he's currently a Motu. So maybe Feral will be the first one to get a safe in with super missiles. Oh, and Elm cannot progress here. That is not possible.
So Fusta went to the right here, I think, and Feral's going to the left. So we might see Feral discover some new rooms.
In Warehouse, oh okay. Oh, and Elm, really lucky that he has the Plasma Beam. And Screw Attack, getting into the Plasma Beam room. Saw a previous soft block the Ancient here, not being able to get out because he had neither of these items.
Feral just getting heated room after heated room here.
And it kind of is how it always is. We're almost an hour in with 4 players, and nobody has even seen Fentoon yet. Again, Fentoon being the only boss who has only 1 door, unlike all other bosses with 2 doors, so obviously a lot smaller chance to actually find him, but he is mandatory. And I really like these underwater wall jumps by Elm here. Crawling up all the way. If you ever need a metronome, just take this.
Very nicely done. Oh, and Elm killing the fish. That's just...
That's brutal. Oh! That is huge. That is a huge item. I remember Elm trying to get this item like almost like 30 minutes ago. falling down there, but sure serves him right. That is an item you don't want to miss out. And Ancient also getting it. Deciding to take the downwards transition though. So Elm has now all the movement items. Space jump, high jump boots, speed. Actually, I'm not sure if he was one of the ones that got Spring Ball. But he's pretty well set up, kinda. If he finds gravity now, he is in go mode and only needs to find the bosses. I'm kind of sad Feral doesn't demonstrate the tube explosion from outside, because that's something pretty cool. Kind of glitches out the graphics a little bit, but still fun. Oh, Elm was the first one to get Spring Ball. Alright.
And Elm, it looked like he tried to bomb jump there for a second, but that doesn't work so well without gravity suit.
He could have Spring Ball jumped up that transition, but taking another upside down door. I think he's still kind of farming them just to get that one super pack he found in the Low Norfair escape at the power bomb spot. Oh, and this is going to be a nice refill for him, getting back up a little bit of health. Yeah, Feral so far the only one with supers. Very little energy, so he needs to watch out that he can actually keep them. But
yeah, we know Ancient did have them at some point, but not sure if he remembers the sequence quite. But he did have to fight Dragon too after getting them, so maybe he's holding off a little bit until he goes back there.
If that Dragon fight goes out of control suitless, at some point it's really hard to catch yourself again. Like, you basically want to rely with his equipment on getting a one cycle with the Plasma Beam, but that's not easy to pull off if you only have Plasma Beam. Your buffers need to be pretty on point. And I think Elm is debating if he should go down to Spring Ball. He can get out easily. Well, not easily, but it will take some time. Looks like he is committing. Alright, what does Spring Ball hold? Grapple! Ooh. Now that's really useful. We'll get him out of a few soft locks, like the one at the bottom of Coliseum, that a few runners have soft locked to already. This can just grapple jump up. Also unlocks a few new doors, I think. But generally just a good item to have, really.
There we go, now we're going to see some Spring Ball jumps.
Demonstrating why Spring Ball is such an awesome item. Thank you. Surprised Elm is not going for that upside down door. Oh, probably gonna go for this one now. Now that his grapple can actually do a nice little grapple jump up there. And maybe that will lead him to his first super missile pack. We've seen almost all upside down doors now. Oh no. Maybe that door.
Maybe it's that
might actually be that. Alright, and Elm has a really good position to kill Dragon right now. Like, he has multiple ways to get rid of Dragon effectively. And I know he's really good with effective X-ray buffering for the microwave, so...
Oh boy, so Ancient just picked up the super missiles at Screw Attack, but he
Oh,
took
and
the
so
path
did
Feral
Fusta.
took.
Oh.
It's not gonna end well.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's just gonna stand there and let Ridley take him out. Can't blame him.
And that's interesting. So apparently, Fusta just did the same, getting the supers at Screw Attack, and apparently it also led right to Dragon. So that branch with the supers seems to be a really key thing here. Elm, of course, with a one cycle on Dragon here, and is going for the grapple jump out, and gets it first try. No! Oh dang. That's looking good. All right.
That's a particularly tough grapple jump because you need to get a bit of horizontal momentum to avoid bonking there.
That is... Wait, so one transition out of X-Ray Screw Attack leads to Ridley, one leads to Dragon, and the one out of Dragon also leads to Ridley. That is insane. Holy moly. That is a sick combo of rooms. That is a minefield right there. Alright, but Fusta has the supers now. And has gotten rid of Dragon. I think he's currently the only one who has Dragon defeated. I might be wrong. Elm, of course, just died directly after the Dragon fight.
Feral finding another super pack.
Yeah. I wouldn't be particularly surprised if Elm just went the exact same way back and just would go the left way this time. But apparently there are two doors here that he still needs to investigate. Say hello to the car. And back at the precog room. All right, I think we haven't seen that transition yet. The one that's guarded by the metal pirates. Oh, that's a nasty situation to be in though. Solves it somewhat clean though. Again, none of the owners have found the transition to Fantoon yet. Oh, and backdoor shack tool. Awesome. Alright, Elm back at the Dragon fight. Gonna be going left this time, after defeating Dragon. Hopefully we'll be able to get another one cycle with Plasma. Ancient reclaiming the Spring Ball. So just a little bit of theory behind what Elm is doing right now. Basically the idea is to hit Dragon with the same shot over and over again. With X-Ray allowing you to run out Dragon's invincibility frames. And the idea is basically to unpress X-Ray for the least amount of possible frames so that you can repress it as often as you can. Dealing the same, I think it's 600 damage over and over again. Actually, it might not be 600.
I think it's 450.
Oh, Thank God that that door is blue. Oh, and that's also pretty cool because Dragon is dead now. That door is open. And Elm still without supers. This is insanity. Oh, maybe Mama Turtle has some supers. Mama Turtle never disappoints.
Ooh, Ancient picking up a super missile pack.
Oh, at the cavity missiles. Oh, and that's a super pack for Elm. So all players have super missiles now. Let's hope they can actually keep them. that that dodge was sweet. All right. So I want to say with a little bit more firepower, maybe in the form of Wave Beam or a few more supers, Elm would be very capable of finishing this right now. Oh, look, there is the Screw Attack. Would be very well capable of killing Ridley Suitless, putting him effectively in go mode. But then again, we still have not found Phantoon yet.
Oh no. Elm's in the
the branch of hell. And that is Rip Elm Supers. Let's hope he remembered. You know what I would like to see? Since he knows where the croc door is preparing the wrong warp from the other side where you get stuck in the door and X-Ray climb out.
that would be so amazing.
That would be like the sickest thing ever. But it looks like he's going the same path back that he went before. Making sure to kill Dragon, getting the super packs, and then not go into the refill room. But yeah, looks like he's doing the exact same thing. So he will get its super spec, he will kill Dragon. In the meantime, all the other earners are really, I don't know, kind of in the same situation, really. Just trying to find some kind of progression item. I think the majority of them still doesn't have high jump. I'm not sure if any of them actually has high jump. I don't think so. I think Ancient has speed. Well, he found speed at some point. I'm not sure if he was able to keep it. And obviously none of them have any suits.
It's kind of funny. Farrell, I think he really hasn't found a ton of the movement stuff and doesn't really have much energy, but he was like the first one to find supers, and then like he has like 2 packs now. Oh, and he just backdoored Crate again. But it looks like it's gonna work this time.
Yeah, he definitely was fast enough this time. The shot doesn't despawn immediately, so you can just... You will be the first one to kill him. That's new.
Ooh. Didn't quite get a quick kill though, so Crate's gonna be going to prom. Shouldn't be too many more shots though, especially with that beam combo. Doesn't want to use it. And Crate is down for Farrell. And Elm taking out Dragon now. Making good use of that grapple to pick up some drops. And he will not be doing the grapple escape. That did not end well for him last time. Ooh, that was some interesting grapple blocks we just saw on Farrell's screen. And Elm coming back to the super pack he found earlier. Now everyone has supers. Hopefully Elm will be able to safely get out of here and save. Oh, Farrell's graphics are something else right now. I think Kraid did something funky.
That is Kraid's revenge right there.
It does not look like an energy tank, but apparently that's what it is.
Well, thankfully, the game tells you what it is. Alright, Elm not going back into the Croc combo. He really should go into that door. Because that leads straight back to it. This is a nasty combo of rooms. Now... Oh, that is smart. Because you know he will get back into a heated room just crystal flashing in advance. So what I can see Elm doing here would be jumping all the way back up to the top of the screw attack room. Because I don't think we've seen that transition yet. Oh well. Going up here, that's also cool. Still no suit. Elm realizing that you cannot get this item until the power is on.
Yeah, you could actually potentially soft lock there if you KO through that last robot.
Alright. I always think it's funny that they added that room state, even though you don't have a way to get in that room without the power being on. Like they knew this would happen. They basically intended door in.
They intended everything.
Right. Feral still with slightly messed up graphics. A save and reset would fix that, but I appreciate him keeping it on for the show.
Oh my god.
Apparently a missile.
Probably hoping it was something else, but...
I like that since it had its own animation, there was like these random flickering frames of nothingness. Another door to business center. Elm now with everyone now with power with super missiles being able to open all these doors that could be opened before. Seeing a lot of new transitions that we haven't seen before. Oh right, Elm has not defeated Kraid yet. So cannot go that way. They're really going for that right side bubble mountain climb. Those are two pretty precise wall jumps back to back. Looks like he's resigning, going to not really less difficult double bomb jumping. I'm not sure. Have we seen what's on left side Batoon already?
I know Farrell went that way, but I can't remember what happened.
Oh, right. I'm pretty sure we haven't seen this store transition yet. Because... Oh, wait. No, actually we have. Right. There are multiple Dragon Nests already. And just another way back to Wreckship main room. Spring Ball was not a suit. We've already seen that. Spring Ball was... What was Spring Ball again?
It was Grapple.
Right. Yeah. There you go. Oh, Ancient does not have high jump boots. That is a reset. That's unfortunate. I'm not sure if what Feral is trying there is possible. I think you're pretty much forced to do the bomb jumps. I don't think like actual jumping will be able to get you out of there, but it looks like he's choosing to reset.
Yeah, I didn't actually know you could bomb jump out of there like that, so I feel like that might be something most people wouldn't know, unless you do, stuff like this.
I was kind of expecting you to know that as a fellow RBO runner.
I just don't jump in the sand. That's how
Right.
I do it.
Right. Doing it the professional way.
I think maybe you need high jump to do this, but when you're not in falling sand and you fall in like Coliseum, you can like do a crouch jump into spin jumps to get out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but that only works with high jump.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
figured.
that right there has more to do with the properties of like the sandfall, which has pretty wonky physics in general, especially at the edges of that fall. It's pretty weird. Feral right side of this pre-ice area. I'm not sure if we've seen that room already. We probably have. It's kind of all blending together at this point. Oh, this room. I'm not sure if we've seen this room already. I think Frusta was in here once and died falling into one of the pirates. So these might be some new rooms. Or not. And just more missiles. I'm really glad all the runners have a decent amount of energy and supers now, though, so that like a good amount of stability is inside in the seat, and dying because of some random heated room isn't really too much of a risk anymore. There really seem to be a lot of branches leading to Bubble Mountain. Yep. That's a nice little loop.
Ooh, Elm can go through this super door now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we haven't seen that yet. That's a new branch. Directly warding him with an E-Tank. I remember a lot of soft blocks at that specific spot because of no grapple beam and no suit.
Yep,
Yeah,
that one, Cathedral, Wasteland.
yeah, that's definitely a new set of rooms. Might just lead us to a suit or Fantoon, finally. That is just going back to GT. And we're back at rooms we already know. Not sure if we're actually seeing some of the business center middle doors. I've seen a lot of people re-enter the bottom door and the top door, but I don't think anyone's actually gone like off path to one of the two center doors. It really seems like a lot of the go-to strat right now for most of these runners is just opening all the super missile doors they weren't able to open before. Fusda now with one of the middle business center doors leading into backside like pre-high jump route stream. I'm not sure if we've seen that one already. At least Fusda hasn't according to the map and the items here.
Ooh, so Elm beat Dragon, so that door is actually accessible now. And it brought him back to Mount Everest, which we have seen quite a bit already.
Not sure if we've seen the top right door though. Aqueduct we've definitely seen. This specific door I'm not sure about though. Oh yeah, the good old Meridian missile refill. Best meme of the game. And Elm really wants
No,
that
this
power
is
bomb.
suit. Oh no, that was power bombs.
Does Feral want to go past the roly-poly? Oh, that's... Alright, that's a cool strat. Jumping on top of the roly-poly to get to the other side of this room. I think you can down back for these, kind of down back for these. Or like just aim down. I think actually morphing above them is a little bit difficult. With a D-boost it works.
I can't remember the last time I've been in that room. I would be clueless if I came into this room right now.
Morph ball against roly-poly. Who rolls stronger? I mean, he could just wait it out and like that. Oh no! Don't take damage, Feral. Oh no! He's trapped.
They got him cornered.
No! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh! Roly-poly's too strong. Oh, that is a nasty hit for him. That is a truck hitting him right there.
And unfortunately, he took another hit too because his iframes ran out as his reserves were auto refilling him, so couldn't quite make it out of there.
Good reference, Becky. Good reference. All right, Ancient now back at the Dragon fight. Let's really hope for him. Not only that he survives this, but also that he doesn't end up right in the Ridley door 2 rims later. Alright, this is... Oh! No, this is good. Alright,
Very
awesome
nice,
job.
Ancient.
Good job.
Juked those those mucuses and got a quick X-ray buffer shot off, or plasma X-ray buffer shot.
Yeah, roly-poly are Chrono Trigger enemies. There's also Poly Riders. It's like pretty early game. In Guardia Forest. Might do a little bit of advertisement there. If you're interested in Chrono Trigger, there's a Defeat Magus % tournament at the start of July. Got a lot of newcomers for that game, so it's worth checking out. You know, this is kind of getting to the point where I usually get stuck when I play this. It's like everything blurs together for me, and I have no clue which doors have already opened and what leads where.
Yeah, I can only imagine trying to figure out where you've been in this. I'm trying
Oh,
to think of the
Pharaoh.
places you haven't been.
Pharaoh with another fight against the roly-polies. Let's see how this goes this time.
Round 2, fight.
Oh. Almost getting licked off there, but takes it like a champ. Good job, Pharaoh. I don't think he can get up here, though. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about this. Right, he cannot even get up here.
Round 2 also goes to the roly-polies.
Yeah, and he couldn't even go back. It was the same jump height. It was just, yeah. Oh, well. That's something we know now. Yeah, I would say Elm is in the lead. He has the most bosses killed. He has the most movement items. He has the most energy. Still, none of the runners know where any suit is. None of the runners know where Fantoon is. They all know the location of every boss, except for Fantoon. And they all know where G4 is. Oh, there we go. Crocomire.
Finally, from the correct door, seeing Crocomire.
Alright.
Oh boy, but we know where his other door leads.
Right, yeah, okay, yeah. I totally forgot about that being a thing. You know, if this is an E-Tank, so this is 10 E-Tanks. Plus, I think 3 reserve tanks? He has 90 missiles. If he gets, like, some good super drops, he has Plasma Beam. I would say he can do this. Like, this is a doable fight.
I think it would be like 40 charge shots, although maybe missiles would be more efficient at that point.
I mean, he could get him to half health with all his missiles. So that would be... I don't know, I just feel like maybe if he opens up with a Plasma Shield plus Power Bomb. Like, it's something... It's just something I would like to see.
Plasma Shield.
Ah, man. That would have made me so happy. But that was a nice gravity jump.
Oh, okay. Here's
Oh, there we
the
go.
super pack we've been looking for.
I don't know, I really want to see him go back these up-down doors until he gets to Crocomire again and fights Ridley with this. Interesting, he goes... Oh, right, because he never had supers when he was here in the first place. So that's a new door. I totally forgot about that. And Feral, now at the Dragon fight, he doesn't have X-ray. I'm honestly kind of surprised because that was so early. Apparently never went that branch or picked it up, so this is...
Ooh, Elm has wave beam now, so the Ridley fight is looking more and more realistic at this point without a suit.
And another E-Tank. Honestly...
He's got to do it. He's got
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he just did Ridley right now. That opens up 2 new rooms, so it might very well be possible that his suit or Fentune is sitting behind that. Feral, unfortunately, taking a death there to Dragon. Again, without X-Ray, he definitely has the hardest Fentune fight out of all these runners. The rest they were just able to kind of cheese it out with the microwave beam, but Feral never had that option. But yeah, with this damage combo, like, Elm is definitely capable of killing Ridley right now.
X-ray plasma does not actually work on Ridley. The plasma beam doesn't pierce through him like it does for a lot of enemies and the other bosses, so you can't utilize the X-ray buffering for that.
Yeah. There are only 2 bosses post-Plasma in the intended route. GT and Ridley. Well, not counting Mother Brain. Well, 3 bosses. Mother Brain and Ridley just absorb the Plasma Beam shots, and Ridley has so many iframes that the X-ray stat wouldn't work. Well, wouldn't work efficiently. Would just be more efficient to just shoot the charge shots, I think. Alright, I feel like this is kind of going to be just a hunt for Fentune at this point, given that all the other runners get to the point where Elm is right now, with just an infinite amount of energy and firepower. I mean, he has 20 supers too, like, even without that wave beam, he would be capable of killing Ridley right now. I'm not sure if Pharaoh can reach that door transition. Maybe with a very good crouch jump?
Yeah, you can.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That looks horribly precise. Upper exit of Ridley leads to Fentune. That would be, at the same time, cruel and hilarious. Ah, I like that. I like that play by Elm. Using all this energy to go through the acid drain statue animation. Oh, and Fusta getting speed. That's pretty neat. I'm actually curious how much energy this animation drains.
Wow, it wasn't as much as I thought it would be.
Yeah, same. Screw attack definitely helping out here. Ancient still opening some of these super doors. Another missile at Mickey Mouse, making good use of that spring ball. Oh, and another transition to landing site. You'll definitely appreciate this with this little health. And Ancient knows of the bomb jumping strat. Getting out of that sandpit there, very nice. Oh, and Feral getting stuck inside GT's room again.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, didn't get a chance to look at the items either. Or the item.
He already got to the, yeah, well, what you said. He already looked at the top left item. So, doesn't have the information of that E-Tank up there, but even with that, I don't think he would return there.
Oh, and now I'm co-jacking a super into the bottom of that platform. That always feels really bad.
I think we've all done that at some point. I'm surprised I would have liked to see the blue gate glitch by Ancient there in the Pink Prince Hopper room. Because I don't think we've seen the items at the room behind there at the right. Because every time I see people going in there, they didn't have supers yet or wave.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that room.
And Fusta with the Metroid card. And
no,
such blocking yourself!
Oh, Plasma, why?
Everyone who's ever run Rambo knows what Fusta feels right now. Alright, an Elm with the Ridley fight. Let's go. This really isn't too difficult compared to like your average RBO run. Like Elm has done more difficult RBO Ridleys than this.
Wow, that was a nice run under Ridley.
I hate that strat. Missing one super, but I think Ridley got red before he was at 15.
Yeah, he's got a ton in his reserve too, though, so he should be okay.
Yeah, just needs to get grabbed. Come on, just do the turnaround into his claw. Okay. If he gets... Oh no! No! Why didn't you move? No. Okay, he's dead.
Oh.
That sucks.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. That was a really solid fight. Then just those hits at the end just did him in.
And then that not getting grabbed immediately always hurts. I still would think he would go back and try this again. I don't think he would just stop doing this. I think this was the right decision from Elm.
Oh yeah, I mean he has a ton of experience doing like Ridley in those conditions.
Yeah.
So he's definitely confident, and it's another right-facing door.
Yep.
So it could go to fan 2, and you never know.
Right. That's painful though, having to go through this G4 animation again. Well, partial G4 animation. Fusta now with Speed Booster again, we'll get Space Jump again. I'm really surprised he hasn't been able to save with these items yet. Especially Space Jump has been super early. Elm getting that map to ensure that he knows which doors are left.
Really good move there.
Has anyone ever opened the croc door?
You mean which one?
The front entrance to, or like the top entrance to croc.
Elm might have done it. I'm not sure though.
Elm now at 25 supers. Solid ammo for Ridley. And Fusta now at Ridley. Sorry, GT. He never got. Oh wait, he has plasma beam, but he wants the eating. That's an interesting call.
Ooh, Elm's gonna go
Oh.
for that flatly jump.
Elm is fine. I'm more worried about Fusta right now. All right, he's up there. That is a really cool tech. I don't think it works from the left side, from the right side, though. Yeah, that doesn't work. You need to do it from the left side. I think Fusta is now fine. If he just fires short shots, it should be enough damage to kill in time. Oh,
Ooh, it does work.
yeah, I need to do that thing really delay. That's interesting.
He does have space jump, so you can get right on the surface of this water and space jump his way out.
Mm. And getting hit by the guitar as he leaves. Fusta being pretty low on health, needs to hope to not run into a lot of feeder dreams now. And apparently he never cleared Shagtool. Because sand isn't gone. Needs to be careful to not get hit by Shagtool. That would be a horrible death.
This is interesting. I don't know if I've seen Shock Tool clear the sand from the top.
Well, it's the only talent he has, so might as well do that pretty well.
He's guarding the planet's most important item.
I'm not. Oh, okay. Feral not finding Ice Beam.
Ooh.
I'm glad I finally saw where that actually is. I only saw people having Ice Beam and never knew where they got it. All right, Elm. It's time for some Ridley. We all want to see it. The entire chat is hyped. And with the co-ejected super again. Feels good. I also very like that Ancient has been constantly picking up these missiles, sitting at a comfortable 105 right now. Oh, and he's doing the spring ball jump to the supers. That's smart. I like that.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have high jump yet.
Oh, didn't morph in time though. Okay. All right, it's time.
Here we go.
One more transition, and here we are. So that he has 24 supers and a ton of energy. Like he has to do this. I can't see anything else. Alright, just needs to... Well, it doesn't have to use the supers. But... Alright, just gonna finish off with a nice pogo. There we go. Yeah.
Ridley should be down.
Yeah. Just needs to get grabbed. There we go. Perfect. Good job, Elm. Being the first one to take down Ridley. And
Which
now,
door is he gonna choose?
I would bet on right side. I don't see him do left side. And watch it be Fentune. Come on.
Oh my god! What?
Oh, wow. The scene. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, holy moly.
Dude, that is ridiculous.
That is literally insane. Alright. Alright, microwaving Fentune to death. And I'm not sure. I've seen a lot of soft locks in Crate. And like I think Ancient was the only one to kill a Crate. Has Elm ever been to Crate? Does he know where Crate is? Because that's the only boss he's missing.
No, yeah, I don't think he's seen him yet.
Oh, it shouldn't be too hard to find if everyone else found him yet, but that's literally the only thing that stops Elm from finishing the game. He doesn't need any more items. Like, he really doesn't need any more suits. It's really just him looking for a crate at this point.
I'm not sure like what this logic enforces, but like maybe you can't even like get the suits before going to Ridley, and you just have to, get all the E-tanks and ammo for it.
To be honest, I don't think there's a logic considering anything. I think it's just like, hey, there's a bunch of rooms, so something will give you access to something. I don't think there's like any logic like, oh, you can have this item, so you can do this certain trick. I'm pretty sure it's just like, hey, just here's the item, try to get there.
Elm getting a very nice save right now. Won't have to redo any of those fights.
Yeah, that's safe. It's pretty good. And Feral, soft locking. Wait, yeah, pretty sure he's soft locked down there without high jump. At the, I think that room's called Mount Doom.
Yeah, I call it that, or Mount Everest. Kind of go back and forth.
Like those two rooms with the hills on the water. Ancient really caught up on ammo and energy. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he soon got more equipment with Hell runs. Already at 7 E-tanks now.
That was really cool what Elm just did. He did a space jump and then immediately shot the shot block above him in order to get up Red Tower. That was sweet.
Nice. Yeah, I think we've seen that in the Rando tournament a few times.
Yeah, I think it was Scotty that did it.
Yeah, I think Scotty implemented that. That's a pretty sweet strat. Oh, and now Feral. Right, that's where this was. I remember something like that. Finding X-ray. I'm
Yeah.
99% sure Elm remembers that. That was so early and so easy to get to. There is no way he didn't forget that. He didn't remember that, I mean. And I think he entered it like a bunch of times after that too. So I don't think any of these runners forgot where G4 is. Yeah, right now Kraid is the only thing that's really stopping Elm from finishing this game. There is nothing like a glitch door to create. You can fight Kraid from both directions, regardless if you enter the right door or the left door. If you enter Kraid from the right door, you only need to be fast enough to the left door. But you can still fight Kraid perfectly normal without soft blocking. Feral.
Oh boy. We know where Farrell's going.
Yep. Right back. Rip X-ray. It was nice knowing you. Giving Kraid a good fight, sorry, Ridley, a good fight at least.
Good RBO practice for the upcoming relay race. I can only assume.
Getting spiked up by a tail there. Oh, I love Elm. I absolutely love Elm. Okay, so Elm is going to use Grapple Beam to glitch into the wall there, then Crystal Flash inside the wall to force a stand-up, and then from there on do an X-ray climb into the door transition. But first of all, he needs to use Grapple Beam. There you go. No, wait, that was too low. But he'll get stuck inside the wall now. Then force a stand-up with a Crystal Flash. That's not far enough in. That won't work, I think. I don't think... What's that? I don't know. That can't work. That's not far enough in. But this is some cool tech.
No.
The funny thing is, this is a door you would usually never be able to enter in Door Randomizer because it never unlocks. Yeah, that's the reason why he damaged himself down here to less than 51 HP, because otherwise he couldn't Crystal Flash. And Crystal Flashing is the only way you can stand up there. And you need to stand up to... there you go. So now he'll morph, do a Crystal Flash. Crystal Flash will force a stand-up. And then... Yeah, then he can... Now that he can stand up, he can actually X-ray and crouch again, which he otherwise couldn't. And the way what he's going to do now, every time he crouches, he's going to move up a few pixels. And by X-raying, turning around, and interrupting the X-ray mid-turnaround, he can gain the standing position again and re-crouch, gaining him a few pixels every time. And that way he slowly gains height, crouching into the door transition. And the reason why this is allowed and not considered like majorly glitched is because this is 100% inbounds, because all of this is inbounds and not like exceeding the ceiling of the room. And this is some really cool tech, getting to a door transition that you would otherwise never be able to enter. And it's actually
I was gonna say, like, I wonder where that's gonna go if like that's never supposed to open, really.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah.
Don't mind the random door shell just floating there.
Yeah, that's another thing with these off-screen door transitions. They really mess with your camera, mess with your graphics. Like, if the game cannot find a door to focus the camera on while transitioning, the graphics are going to be messed up like that. You can fix that by saving and quitting the game, saving and resetting. But I absolutely love Elm for pulling that off.
I hope he just never fixes it.
Don't mind the random door PLMs flowing in the room. Nah, the game is fine. Don't worry, the game is perfectly functional. Oh, Pharaoh needs to be really careful here. Thankfully, he has 2 reserve tanks. I'm not sure if we've ever seen the entrance to crates there. That we're gonna see by Pharaoh right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've only seen the back
Okay.
doorway.
Yeah. With more suitless action. Honestly, this is not a terribly slow seat. I've seen seats that take like 4 hours till you find Fantune. Being effectively go mode and only being crate off from finishing the game after 2 hours is not terribly bad for a door render. It could be way worse. There are door renders that you can finish in like an hour, but that's not average. It's really not the X-ray climb, by the way, that messes up the graphics. It's only if you enter a transition that the game cannot focus on in terms of a door. Which is why like X-ray climbing out of the precious room before Dragon doesn't result in these graphics, because the game actually focuses on the door transition leading to Dragon as an alternate door. This kind of stuff is a lot more common with like wrong warps, where you just enter a random air tile out of bounds that the game cannot focus on. And this is a lot more similar to that because there's no door on screen when Elm did this that the game could focus on. So it's just messing up the graphics like that. Oh, Fusto needs to be really careful here with Mama Turtle. And Feral again in the roly-poly room doesn't want to take a round 3. And Feral and Elm in sync right now. That's pretty funny.
Oh boy. Heading into Croc, then heading into Ridley.
Yeah. It's really interesting that I can't remember myself which doors led to create, but I just remember that the other runners found it pretty early on. Like definitely less than an hour in. So it cannot be horrible, but maybe he's just on the completely wrong branch of rooms right now.
Yeah, I can only imagine it's pretty hard to remember which ones you've tried and which ones you haven't, and probably when you go through some of them, you remember, oh wait, I did this one before.
Yeah. Ancient's kind of fighting with the section right now. I think you should be able to get there with a crouch jump like that. And then a down back at the top, but this seems pretty precise. And Elm getting rid of the graphics. I'm disappointed, to say the least. And that was a nice spark by Fusta. Some sweet tech. Not necessarily the fastest way to do this, but definitely one of the best looking ways. Oh, and Feral with freezing. Ah, if he freezes those at the right spot, he can just get up there without high jump. Ah, that's not quite gonna work. I like the idea of this though. Oh, and looks like Feral has forfeited from the race. GG to Feral. Good job.
Yeah,
Putting up a show
GG.
here.
I don't think he has enough time to really finish this one, so he's just going to drop out, which is unfortunate, but he put on quite a show for us. That was a lot of fun watching these guys, especially go through that backdoor croc to Ridley.
Ancient has a lot of ammo and a lot of life. I feel like what he's missing right now is the information. Oh, we got a suit. Way too late for Elm, but we got a suit. I love that it's just perfect. Look at this. Perfectly on the pedestal there, right inside the powerbomb. That is probably one of the most beautiful Billy Masons I've ever seen. Still doesn't help him with finding Crate, but
I guess the nice thing is now he has no fear in heated rooms or water, so
yeah,
give him an opportunity to explore some other doors.
right. I think there might still be some transitions he might have not tried out, like maybe Lava Dive or some other stuff, some deep Meridia rooms. Yeah, gravity is OP in this. It doesn't have like the tournament patch fixes. Doesn't even bother with the E-Tig. Yo, nice. All right. Okay. I love off-screen shenanigans like that. I'm pretty confident that Fusta isn't actually able to kill Spore Spawn like that, just because any shot he would fire would immediately despawn because it's off-screen. But it's still a nice show, showing that the room is pretty much intact. Feral forfeited, unfortunately, after 2 hours and 3 minutes. No, wait, sorry. 2 hours, 8 minutes, that's the seconds. Oh, right, that's another thing with Fentoon being dead now for Elm. He can do a lot of these wrecked ship branches. That won't help him because it was definitely Crate was definitely not behind a locked wrecked ship door, as we know, but at least more stuff he can explore that eventually leads to Crate at some point.
Oh dang, Fusta just went through the crate door, but I didn't see what room it
Ah,
was.
god, yeah, same. I was focused on typing. God dang it. Someone in chat surely noticed, remember what door led to Crate, right? Yeah, Gravity was in the Billy May stream. The climb door, alright. So yeah, for those of you who just joined, we have 4 races here. Elm, Fusta, Ancient, and Feral. Feral unfortunately had to forfeit. Elm currently the closest one to actually finishing. Already did 3 of the main 4 bosses without any suits actually. Found the suit just recently. Ancient and Fusta I think both already did Dragon. I think Ancient also did Crate, same for Fusta. Which is the boss that's currently missing for Elm, and everyone knows where the G4 statue is, because that's what's like super early on. They're slowly gaining more and more firepower, so a completely suitless seed is anyone's game right now.
GT with the jukes right now on Ancient screen.
Majestic view from the front like that.
Just sidestepping those missiles. Oh, and he's looks like he's doing the X-ray. Oh my.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
thank you
works.
for the clip. So we now know it's the back door for Spiky Death Room is the back door for Kraid.
Oh. Oh, okay. Thanks for the info. Yeah, Ancient taking an unfortunate death there. I don't think he lost too much progress. It's also really interesting. I think neither Fuster nor Ancient have high jump boots at the moment, even though they both know where it is. They just couldn't get it when they were there the first time because of insufficient energy. Actually, Fuster might have it. I'm not 100% sure right now, but actually, Ancient should. Maybe Ancient has it and Fuster doesn't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Fuster doesn't have high jump, just from judging from the jump height. And neither does Ancient. Yeah. So they both know where high jump is, but didn't get it yet. It includes a kind of nasty hell run to get it.
Oh, here's Ancient.
That's
He's about to
doable.
get it.
Oh, right. There you go. That's definitely going to help him out a little bit.
Ooh,
Having a rough
doesn't want to
time
keep
with his
hitting those
spikes
spikes,
there.
though.
Yeah, they hit really hard. Alright.
He can Crystal Flash, though, if he really needs to.
Yeah. Plus, he has his reserve, which I think should be full. Awesome. That is some nice tech right there.
It's about time we've seen that.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that was 100% intentional. Oh, and he's gonna go for the Crystal Flash. Nice. That was a Plasma Shield, a special beam attack. Oh! That was too early.
Hurry up, Ancient, hurry up.
Ah, he's good.
Oh, no.
Oh no! Wait, what happened?
Maybe he didn't have the inputs held down at the right time.
Oh, that's...
I'm not sure. It didn't look like he moved at all.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I hope he can get it back.
Zelnus, that was a special beam attack when you have Charge Beam and one of the other beams equipped and nothing else. If you just hold a charge shot with the power bombs equipped, it'll use one of your power bombs and do kind of a special attack.
Yeah, there's one for every other beam. So we have one Spacer, Ice, Wave, and Plasma. With different kinds of particle attacks and different amounts of damage. I would recommend the Spacer one. It has the beautiful name, Golden Shower. For obvious reasons. Alright, Ancient now back, getting up here with a lot less damage than before. So shouldn't really even need the Crystal Flash. Let's hope... Ah, yeah, okay, it looks like... Nah, it's gonna go for another Plasma Shield. Elm is currently looking for Crate. That's the only thing he's missing to finish the game. He has all other bosses killed and has more than enough equipment to finish the game. And he knows where the G4 statue is.
Yeah, we know one of the crate doors is the back door of Spiky Death Room, which is the right door. But we don't know where the left door is yet. I don't think we've seen it. At least I haven't seen it.
Special beam attacks are really useful if you don't have decent beams. Like we use or well, don't have a lot of ammo either. Like the Wave Beam SBA is used in the Ridley fight mostly in RBO and New Route. For Fantune and Bottoon 2. And the Ice SBA is used in low percent ice, where you can efficiently use your power bombs as damage sources for bosses that are otherwise immune to power bombs, so you can efficiently use your damage, cutting down a little bit of time from the bosses. It's really specific points where they are efficient, but when they are efficient, it's definitely recommended to use them. General rule of thumb, though, only Ice Shield and the X Factor are really worth it. The Plasma and Spacer SBA are rarely ever worth it. That's more of a good thing.
They don't quite. You can't aim them very well, especially like on major bosses, which is unfortunate.
I mean, if you ever try to get a golden shower into Krate's mouth, then you know what real pain is.
Fun fact, the demo reel for this game, at the start, the main menu, if you don't touch anything, it actually shows the plasma one.
Yep. Oh, and Fusta, without high jump boots, unable to get out of there, having to reset.
Elm in wreck ship, but not the room he needs to be in.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. Like he has these stores he didn't open yet in the main wreck ship, so might as well try them all out. Because he doesn't know where Kraid is, or that Kraid has even been available before Fentun was beaten. It's all knowledge we have. Imagine how OP like an auto tracker for this would be. That like tells you, that like just memorizes the door transitions you've been through, and then at some point it just tells you where to go based on the information you already have.
Yeah, that would be very helpful in these. Vanilla Attic. Is this even randomized?
I think the problem would be less reading what rooms and transitions you've been in, and more reading, like, doing the logic behind it. Like, getting the right, like, processing the data in the right way. I feel like that would be a little bit more complicated. No, they don't need to get all the items. They only need to beat the main 4 bosses and then go to the G4 statue and finish the game. They do need a certain set of items to finish the game, but especially in Door Rando, that's very very widely covered by a lot of different sets.
Oh, Fusta
Oh,
froze it perfect.
sweet. So that was something I think Feral went for before, but this is like a really precise freezing. And it's also a little bit of RNG dependent based on how high and where the little Puyo jumps off from. And Elm back at landing site can't quite find his way to the G4 statue. While currently Elm is in the lead by having 3 bosses down and the most equipment, whereas Fusta only has... Oh well, Fusta and Ancient both have 2 bosses down and less equipment. But that doesn't really mean a lot. Because basically Fusta and Ancient could both finish their 3rd and 4th boss within like 3 minutes. Because the rooms are literally next to each other. Whereas the boss that Elm is still missing is kind of separated from the rest, and Ancient and Fusta already did them. Yeah, the amount of time door render takes is pretty random. Like, it's not like a tournament render or like a route render where you have a certain estimate. This can be like from 1 hour to like 4.5 hours, basically, depending on the scene. I think Ancient mentioned in the SRL chat earlier that this is one of the most brutal seats he's ever played, so this might definitely take a while.
That really says something too, because Eve's played a lot of these. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Right, yeah, you can go from Dragon Stream to Ridley Stream, so it's like three bosses literally next to each other. That's pretty rare. It looks like, oh, Elm found it. Nice. And he got to the left side in time, so he can actually kill Crate now. That means he only needs to get back to landing side, do 2 more room transitions, and then he's Centurion. And
Nice
finishing
quick
strong with a quick heal. And he can finish the game now. Again, from the landing side, it's only the door transition Fusta does right now, and then another one to the right, and then you're in G4. Like that. So it's really easy to remember. Elm just needs to find back to landing side, basically. And Turian is, of course, vanilla. Well, what? I mean, not of course, but it is vanilla. If you want to have a really fun time, shoot 1 missile into Krait's mouth, and then shoot a charged Ice Wave Plasma Shot, and wait out what happens. There's some fun stuff. Alright, Elm at landing site. What is it? Elm doing? Where's he going? Oh, thank you. Alright. So, Elm basically like 9 minutes away from finishing the game.
Oh boy, Fusta backdoor croc. I don't know what that means.
Alright. 20 supers. Yeah, missiles are definitely more effective than his beam combo right now. So he'll just pump him full with missiles and 5 supers until he's red, and then do the remaining 15 in the second phase of the fight. Definitely hopes for a lot of pogos here. He is on pretty tight health, so he needs some kind of good RNG here. And he doesn't get it. So... that's... Oh, okay. Yeah, that's unfortunately not gonna work, even with a lot of pause abuse, I think. Actually, that... I don't... He has to... Nah. Like, he needs 100 health left in his reserve while being grabbed to make this... Yeah. I'm glad he's going for it, though. That is going to be a really cool fight if he gets it with this amount of energy. Also, did Elm never get Ice Beam?
No, he did not.
Huh. I don't know, it seems like Elm did a little bit of a different pathing than everyone else. Didn't find Kraid as the only one early, didn't get Ice Beam. But I mean, did him well. He did a really good job with that. Finishing far before everyone else. Well, it would be pretty hilarious if he hadn't just disabled it. It would be the first time that happens.
Alright, well, with Wave Beam, Al should be able to manage a baby skip pretty easily.
Yep.
And he does have plenty of energy to not take a refill, so looks like he's setting up for it.
Yeah. Actually, he doesn't really have plenty of energy to not take a refill.
I thought, doesn't he have a couple reserves?
Yeah, but he doesn't have area. So he takes 600 from the catch-up.
Right. Yep.
Alright,
you're
Ancient on Ridley. Taking it on. He has a lot of health, a lot of supers. He's definitely in a better spot than than Fusta right now. Both fighting Ridley. This is an insane fight.
Oh, Crystal Flash, maybe.
Look at these Ridley fights. Oh my god, this is... Alright, so Ancient now putting his full beam on. I think needs like 4 extra charge shots until Ridley is dead. Oh, that's a good turnaround. That's a good turnaround. That's a good pattern minute. He should have this. No, okay, one more shot. Ancient is doing this really well. That's a good minute. Just needs to get grabbed. There we go. Perfect. Awesome jump by Ancient. That was a good fight. Let's hope he goes to the right door. No!
Oh.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But he has this done. He has this save. Now, he only needs to find out that Fantoon is at the top right door of Ridley. If he gets one more super, he could even Crystal Flash.
Alright, just going to be 24 charge shots for Elm. And should be pretty straightforward fight for him.
Yeah. Definitely gonna see a stand-up glitch by Elm here. And Ancient with the save after Ridley. That's really important. Yeah, Elm setting up for stand-up. Ancient killing Shacktool. Thank you, Ancient. Doing good work there.
Yep, without Varia, then he'll do 6 E-tanks, so he'll just need to get hit one time by Mother Brain, and he'll be all set.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Can save a huge amount of time with the stand-up glitch. Ice Beam is the least damaging beam, not really... not wasting a lot of time by not having it there for stand-up glitch. Fusta again on the RBO fight. On the Ridley fight. I honestly want to say this thing becomes specifically nasty just because he doesn't have high jump boots. Like, I want to say not having high jump really adds some difficulty here, and that spike hit, that tail hit really wasn't in his favor. Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. Feral died multiple times, like basically every other runner. Feral just didn't have the time to finish, unfortunately.
I'm pretty sure Ancient already has Dragon down, so really
Yes.
he's just looking for that right door that leads to Fantoon, and he might just be going around and trying a bunch of doors. I'm not sure when he's going to get back to Ridley.
Honestly, I think after farming up and getting back to that spot, I would see Ancient just going straight back. Just because he has tested so many doors already, and he's well aware that there might be a one-way only to Fantoon. So I wouldn't cross that out, him going back pretty soon just to Ridley for the top right door. And from there on, it's really just a matter of minutes for him. Speaking of minutes, we got Emergency and Franker Z for Elm.
All right, I'm coming up to the final room here. I'm about to go on the ship and finish the run.
And Elm is done with an official SL race time of 2 hours, 36 minutes, and 17 seconds, finishing in first place. GG to Elminster. What a brutal seat.
Yeah, he was on a roll for a while. He seemed to progress pretty fast. And I think he found a lot of E-tanks early on.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, just got kind of caught up on Kraid, but after that, it was smooth sailing.
I still want to say Elminster was in the lead pretty much the entire time with this Rando, so good job for like a constant good work on this scene. Also, while we hear the credits music, don't forget to follow the runners. Blasting through the store Rando, something that Spoilers and I definitely couldn't do.
Yeah.
Now, it's really just... I feel like this race is really going to come down to the decision of Ancient giving a shot at the top right Ridley door versus Fusta's decision to go back to attempt Ridley. Because Fusta has way less equipment than both Elm and Ancient had when they killed Ridley. So he's been kind of stopping attempting that. That speed echo. So good.
And I didn't see where what door led to gravity, but I mean, if Fusta comes up on that or Varia during this time where he's not, going for Ridley right now,
Yeah.
I mean, he could go to Fantoon right after Ridley as well.
Right.
He picks the right door.
Just needs to find Billy Mace. Alright, Ancient is now close to Ridley again.
Okay,
So if he commits for that path.
Yeah,
so,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay. So if this is now the right door check out of Ridley, then Ancient is going to finish second place. And he does. So Ancient now on his fourth and final boss, finding Fantoon.
He's got, although no suits, so much energy right now. Fantoon is not even really a threat. Plus, he has the microwave component, so
Yeah.
it should be a pretty quick fight.
And since he already knows where G4 is, I don't see him searching for any more items. He's just going to go straight to G4 and finish this thing. I don't see him picking up anything more. And I can't read that name, but thanks for the follow. I'm sure Ancient appreciates it.
It kind of tripped me out for a second. The Samus
Yeah.
there is like standing on the floor.
Right, I was like, dang, what's happening there? Why is there a second Samus on screen?
It's like, don't worry, guys. We've seen a lot of graphical glitches. It's just another one.
Yeah, I don't think anything can top the backdoor gravity that Elm pulled off. And Fuster resetting. After realizing he doesn't want to climb Metroids in Coliseum. Alright, Ancient is out. Only needs to reach landing site, and he's good to go. Alright, it looks like Elminster is going to join us for a post-race interview. Soon. I see him in the voice channel, so we're going to see. Well, he's gone. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. What's up, Elm? Congratulations on the victory.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I gotta say, I absolutely love you for doing backdoor gravity. CFB said something similar in chat, so it was completely pointless, but it was just great. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I guess the door isn't randomized. It makes sense.
Well, yeah, it never unlocks, but it was just fun to see. Chat was having a lot of fun with it, especially the messed up graphics. So your opinion on the seed, especially the fact that we had basically like 3 bosses into each other.
Oh my god, that was dumb. Like, I wasn't expecting that. So, like, I found Dragon early on-ish, I think. And I was just like, okay, I need to leave Dragon for later. So, eventually found Plasma, Grapple, all that stuff. And I was like, okay, I can go do Dragon. And then I do Dragon, finally. And then I go through the top door, because I figured that's, like, the harder one to remember to check with Grapple Jump. And then I go straight into Ridley. I went straight into Ridley like twice through both doors, so that was dumb. And then Ridley led to Fantoon. Ridley was the only way into Fantoon, and Fantoon was probably not the easiest. Sorry, probably the easiest, not the only way to Gravity. I think there's another way to Gravity. I'm not sure.
You've been the only one who's found a suit so far. Ancient, who has just now defeated Fantoon as his final boss, is definitely not going to find it anymore either. You've actually been the last one to find Crane.
Yeah, that makes sense. It wasn't in a too difficult spot. I was kind of sweating when I found him, and it was like, oh, I missed this.
Well, yeah, you were the first one to defeat defeat Ridley. You were pretty much ahead the entire time in terms of eatings. Like most of the races were really struggling, especially like for the first hour, not getting past like 3 eatings, which I think really gave you an edge because like high jump routes, for example, which was like I guess kind of a tough hell run. You were the first one to do that, and from there on, kind of opening up everything else for you was pretty nice.
I was going crazy trying to find that first super pack too.
Yeah, you were not the only one. I think, yeah, that took a while. There was one at Screw Attack, I think. I'm not sure which one you actually ended up getting.
I got one that was like, oh, my first was Mama Turtle.
Oh yeah. Oh right, yeah.
But the one at Screw Attack was actually not that hard to get to. It's just in the pre-spazer room. I think you had to go left, and there's like no reason for anyone to do that.
Yeah, and then plus in the actual Screw Attack room, like right side led to Crocomire into Ridley, and then left side straight into Dragon, I think, which led to Ridley again. It was like this entire area was just stacked with bosses. So we saw those supers actually pretty early, but no one got them because they just got straight up softlocked after. Well, not softlocked, but just killed by bosses. But yeah, that was you really did pretty well. Was an interesting seed to watch.
I was also kind of upset when I found out that the shaft under ice, when I found out it had speed booster in the wall the whole time, because I tried to get that early on and I died.
Oh yeah, right. I think we were commentating on that. You finding that later on. But I think you had a lot of E-tanks when you actually got that.
Yeah, I also found the room from the top as well, so
Yeah.
it was super easy to get to. But I was like really worried when I found out it actually was important.
Yeah, the thing with the supers at the start was really interesting because we had a ton of these supers found. Like, there was one at Batu E-tank that nobody could get because no suits and no high jump. There was the one at, like, the power bombs in Below and Over Escape that nobody could get because nobody could figure out the bottom door transition. And
I
then
was
there was
trying
the
really
one at
hard to find
Screwzak.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, we were seeing that you farmed a lot of them, but eventually you got stopped just because of green doors.
So I'm guessing Ancient's close to Turian or in Turian right now.
No, Ancient is actually struggling to find a transition to the landing site again. But other than that, he has all bosses down. He has 10 E-tanks. No, sorry, 12 E-tanks. Reserve tanks, like a million missiles and super missiles, so...
Alright, so where's Fuzda?
Fuzda is... Fuzda has found Ridley, has tried him several times, but he doesn't have all beams. I think he attempted Ridley with 6 E-tanks and like 15 supers a few times and gave up on it. So he hasn't beaten Ridley yet. I assume if he does, he'll find Fentoon relatively quickly, but then it's Goma for him as well. It's really just about Ancient finding landing site right now and Fusta finding enough equipment to comfortably defeat Ridley. But yeah, I guess also congrats on winning 2 weekly randos in a row. I remember having you in a post-game interview the last week.
I want to say Fuzda is like ready for this fight now.
He has one more E-tank and one more reserve, I think, right?
Yeah, he
And I
just
think
picked
an
up
extra,
another one.
and I think an extra super too. Yeah, he should be good.
Hey, sorry, I had to step out momentarily. If anyone asked me anything, I missed it.
I was just congratulating you on winning 2 weeklies in a row, because I remember having you in the post-game interview last week as well.
Last week?
The 11 p.m. weekly rando race. Well, not last week, but the last time we did rando.
I'm pretty sure I didn't win that.
Well, you were
I'm
the
pretty
one
sure
in the
Becky
post-game
won that.
interview. No, Becky threw it because she saved the animals.
Oh, that's right. I was the first on the restream then. I think JD also came in front of me.
Oh.
But yeah, I guess I was the first on the restream. So thanks for commentating a 3-hour door rando on short notice, guys.
No problem. Thanks for racing.
Yeah, GG again, That was fun to watch.
I'm gonna bounce. I really need to relax after that.
Yeah, I can imagine. I feel like Ancient is close to landing site. I feel like I've seen all these set of rooms pretty close to that. Where is Varia, though? I mean, it
So-
might be that barrier just leads to itself. No, wait, that could actually be another room. Ancient has an obvious opinion about this treasure statue. Alright, he is back at the main stuff. So I assume we're just gonna see maybe a save, or maybe not even a save or a refill at the ship. Just heading straight to G4. So Fusta with 9 eatings, I think 2 or 3 reserves, plus his current beam combo is capable of killing Ridley. So I would honestly just see Fusta finding landing site as well, going his way to Ridley, and then probably I would assume he finds Fentu directly after. Ice Beam was at Pink Prince-Star Power-Bombs. That information doesn't really help you because you don't know where Pink Prince-Star Power-Bombs is. But it was there. A lot of people found it really early. I think everyone found it but you.
Oh, Fuzda is back, I think.
Yeah. He can... Yeah, I think what we're gonna see here is a refill at the ship. Probably a save even. And then killing Ridley, going straight to... I would honestly guess he would do right door first for Ridley. I don't really see how he would do left door first. And then just finish the game like Ancient.
Good use of that hidden passage over there to do a Shine Spark.
Yep. Yeah, there we go. Just refilling at the ship. I would like to see a save here, even though I'd also say he doesn't need it. But just to make sure to not lose the progress on the 3 E-tanks and 1 reserve he got. Yeah, there we go.
It's like Ancient doesn't even want to bother with Baby Skip. He'll just take a refill.
Yeah. Fusta, obviously knowing the path from landing side to Ridley, has gone this like 3 times, I think. An Ancient with a safety save before Mother Brain. Not, I can't say I'm mad about this. Actually really happy with that safety save. Alright, and Fusta now with the relay fight, let's go. He has plenty of energy and plenty of firepower. Like, this really shouldn't be a difficult fight for him. Doing the perma pogo. Nice and safe. Has plenty of health to do this. Yeah, place this really safe. That's definitely the right way to go here.
And
oh, even getting lucky and gets a free pogo pattern without manip.
Ridley should be about dead after these supers.
Yeah. It's another pogo. Nice. A few more missiles should do the job and then just jump into the claw. Right side jump is a little tricky but doable. But looks like he plays it safe and just rolls into him. That's nice. Didn't even get tail hit. Let's just hope he goes for the right door. But with all the energy he has, I would not see him not do it. That makes sense.
And this is fine on Fusa's screen. No big deal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. He just goes to Fentune right away. Perfect. So Fusta won't finish too far from Ancient all along. Oh, Ancient is going for stand-up glitch.
Yeah, fortunately, without any suits, you actually don't have to damage yourself down at this point.
No!
Oh no!
Yeah, like, in theory, you just have to stand up and do nothing. You might not be aware about this.
Yeah, stand up, it's triggering the cutscene for that. It's really weird depending on what suit you have. Like,
yeah.
It doesn't do what you would think it would do with different combinations.
Yeah, there are also weird, like, health intervals. If you're interested, there are entire charts about it. But honestly, in my opinion, like, especially, like, probably more in an RBO run than this, it's really just hard to get to the initial interval of, like, 700 plus health. Like, sometimes you just take that little bit of extra damage and end up at 699, which is always painful. Could honestly understand that if Ancient just would not go for stand-up at all. I don't really think Ancient has any reason to assume that this is, like, super close with such a long race. Taking another reset there after taking too much damage from the S-set. Still has a big lead over Fusta, but should definitely be hurry up.
Yeah, so Fusta's back in Brinstar, so he'll be at G4 pretty shortly. Does have ice, so the Metroid rooms will be quick. But I think Ancient would still have to die a couple more times for it to be close.
Yeah, like at least 2 times. And I think Ancient will just play this really safe from now on. Might not even go for an extra stand-up glitch. So it's 20 shots for Ancient, and he needs to stay above 600 health. Well, actually, that's not true. He can take more damage than that. I think he has full reserves. but playing this nice and safe.
And there goes the ketchups. Just a couple more shots, and she is dead.
Oh, yep. Yep. Not damaging himself down either, so just playing this nice and comfortable. Enjoying the show with the baby. And Fusta on his way to the G4. One more door transition, and this is it. We're officially done with the door randomizer part of this randomizer. From now on, only plain old vanilla.
What a seed, man.
Right? 3 hours of jumping back and forth through doors. I'm not gonna lie, jumping back through doors has never been as exciting as this race. This was actually a lot of fun to commentate. Especially with this kind of seed with 4 doors, 4 bosses chained together. That was something. I am definitely not going to stay up till 5 a.m. to commentate this now. I think TG Derp will be taking over for the 11 p.m. race.
I wish him luck.
Yeah.
it might take a while.
I bless RNG for an easy seat at 11 p.m. Yes, 11 p.m. EDT is 5 a.m. my time. I'm sorry. I have the strong feeling that I wouldn't even get breakfast if I would commentate them.
Yeah, so we started doing these weekly races on Speed Gaming at 11 p.m. Eastern, and just this week we started doing some more ones at 3 p.m. Eastern. I believe we're going back to any percent next week.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cycling Crew.
Yeah, we do any percent, 100% GT Classic, and then some kind of randomizer. So make sure you come in during those times. And
I think it's pretty likely that the next randomizer is going to be route after we had item and door. But we're going to see. Either way, thanks a lot to Kekum and Shoyu for arranging a race time that is nice for me and other European speedrunners of this game.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's a shame that that time is not very friendly outside of the U.S. So that's pretty cool.
But yeah, again, this is only one of 2 races tonight. There will be another door rando at 11 p.m. EDT on, I think, also Speed Gaming 3. I'm not entirely sure. So make sure to check that out. Now, Ancient almost done with the escape. Fusta just at Mother Brain 1. And there we go. Ancient Gamer finishing 2nd place with an official SLL race time of 3 hours, 4 minutes, and 35 seconds. GG. His comment on SRL is, "Who needs a suit anyway?" Also, that was embarrassing. I cannot second that second part, but GG, man.
Alright, Fuzda is wrapping up this fight, saved his supers, so it shouldn't be too much longer. And now while we wait for potentially doing stand-up here, make sure
Yeah.
you follow the runners again. These guys are all really good runners in this game, and they do a lot of cool stuff like this. Just make sure you drop them a follow.
If you enjoy Door Randomizer, I definitely recommend following Ancient. He's doing one of these like every other day. Surprised Tuesday didn't go for stand-up. Might be a little bit tired for this, honestly, I can't blame him. If I would play for 3 hours, I would not really care about a what, like 10 to 15 second time save. Especially if all other races either forfeited or already done. Alright, Mother Brady's dead. Force. GG, Ancients. Congrats on finishing the worst seat you've ever done.
Created by Ancient, by the way.
Yeah, right? We have this infamous list of people who are banned from making random seats. And I think Ancient definitely deserves to be put on there, if he isn't on there already. Alright, it looks like Ancient is actually going to join us for a short post-game interview. In just a second. Yo, Ancient, congrats on second place. Alright. Alright,
Yes.
Ancient.
Sorry about that. I got jumped into there and I still had the sound going from the stream. I had to cut that off.
Well, congrats on second place.
Thank you.
Finishing the seat.
I was thinking that would never end. That is without a doubt the worst one I've ever done. And I had some real problems there doing it, so it didn't really go well for me.
Just to interrupt you really quickly, Fusta has finished third place.
GG,
with
Fusta.
a time of 3 hours, 9 minutes, and 30 seconds, so GG. So yeah, Ancient, let's see. So we had Krokemeyer and Dragon into Ridley, into Fentu. And basically no suits available at any point. What do you think about that?
Well, I thought it really sucked, but I mean, what do you want me to say about it? It was like the problem for me wasn't so much that. The problem with me is I could never get a foothold on any energy or supers.
Right.
Every time I'd pick up any, I would run into Dragon or Ridley or GT or get soft locked. And I really thought I was way further behind than that, to be honest with you. I didn't know everybody was struggling so bad.
Oh yeah.
Did anybody find a suit?
Elm was the only one who found a suit. Yeah.
Okay.
You were all really struggling with energy though, except for Elm. There were a lot of parts, like especially just one example that really comes to my mind where pretty much everyone struggled with was Wasteland before you all had supers. Trying to get those high jump boots, never being able to get out just because of insufficient energy. And it basically continued through the entire thing. There were a lot of Ridley attempts that didn't really go well just because of health. But after you all got like 7+ eatings, it was like really just getting to Ridley, finding out that Fentoon was right behind that. And then it was pretty good from there on.
Yeah, usually I try to be systematic when I do a door rando. You probably couldn't tell it from there, but I usually try to do the doors in a particular order. That way, it's hard to keep up, and that way when I go back, I know which one have already gone through. But when I did Ridley suitless, I was trying to get out of there as soon as possible because I didn't want to die right after. Usually I take the top right door first, and I would have run right into Fentoon, but that didn't happen. So it took me a while to get back around to him. And then I'm thinking, okay, so some Fentoon item rooms are going to open up. Maybe there's a suit in there, and the only one I found was missiles. So when I saw the ship, I knew where G4 was. I'm like, I'm going. And then I messed up the stand-up. I've never done that suitless before. So I wasn't sure whether taking that damage was going to work or not. That's why I saved first, because I figured that might happen.
That was a really good decision. For stand-up suitless, you really just don't want to do anything. You just want to stand up after the rainbow beam. That's basically it.
Oh, really? It just automatically stands you up?
Yeah,
okay.
It's just that. Also, we got Andrew here, or Fusta on screen. GG Fusta for finishing 3rd place.
Right, thanks.
What is your opinion on the seed? I think it was pretty different at the start. I think the start was more like, oh god, best seed ever, and then it kind of developed into something completely else.
Honestly, that was one of the easiest seeds I've ever played.
Wow.
I mean, he found everything right away. Like, it wasn't like, and that's one of the hardest parts about door randomizer is not knowing where things are. So that was pretty much completely free. The only problem was I was pretty much just too stupid to not soft lock a few times when I shouldn't have, and lost a bunch of items that I should have had, and I had to keep on finding them again. That's about it.
I can kind of see his point there, because you did, even when you died or soft lock, you had the knowledge of where things were at, so you could come once you had the equipment. So I see his point there.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you all pretty much figured out pretty quickly, like half the bosses were like right at the start, and then after that found out the 3rd one was like right there too. It was really like finding the first super pack that really held most of you up.
Yeah, I mean G4 was right off the bat. Crate was available for like pretty much everyone except for Elminster early on, so finding the bosses wasn't really the thing. Fusta had one of the most impressive RBO Ridley attempts, I want to say. Like, some of those suitless fights would have been pretty sick if they would have worked out.
Yeah, I got owned by RNG, and I was like, you know what, screw it, dude. If I'm gonna keep on getting owned by RNG in some of those fights, I'll just do something else for a little bit, because there's no point in just going back and again. Definitely could have been possible, but I was lazy.
Right.
I hope that you people have learned to not let me make a seed.
Yeah, we pointed that out.
And I think you're on the list already.
All right, there is a list.
That we were on a completely vanilla ROM, because there was no suit protection. So if a suit, I mean, the good thing is that we did have X-ray, but if a suit was in a certain place, we would have had X-ray out almost like half of the items in the game. We would have had X-ray out.
Yeah, you got a point there. I didn't know who all was joining. I didn't know who was familiar with the couple of glitches that you have in the ROM that Leodox made.
Right.
So I thought, it would be easier to just do the vanilla than to try to explain it on the fly. But maybe for the race tonight, you might want to go with that ROM. I don't know. But all in all, okay, had a good time. Finally got a door rando in the weekly race, so I'm happy about that.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good showcase.
It was a lot of fun.
I'm definitely gonna watch it back though.
Are you guys gonna join the 11 p.m. door rando as well?
Probably.
I plan to.
All right, guys. If you want to see more door rando with these guys, again, 11 p.m. Another door rando on this for the Super Metroid Weekly. Thanks everyone a lot for joining. Thanks Loris for joining me on commentary. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you. It was fun.
Thanks for all the racers. Thanks for Speed Gaming to host this. And yeah, you guys have a great day or night or whatever. And I'll see you guys around.
Hey, and thank you and Sloters for jumping in on commentary, because they jumped in on what was definitely going to be like a 2-hour plus match just out of the blue because the other guy didn't show up. I appreciate y'all doing that, guys.
Anytime.
I'm out.
All right, night, guys.
See you next mission.